Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah?
my God.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I know.
This is O.livia Restaurant in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, and the food here is next level. Tonight, I'm sitting down with Daniel Fernandez. He's a world-renowned magician, he's a mentalist to the stars, and he's actually my neighbor living right here in the Dominican Republic. You're about to go on an amazing journey, including some great food, great conversation, and then we'll just see where the night takes us. So grab a seat, let's eat. This is Grub with Gruber. What was your first experience with magic?
My first experience with magic was, cheers, by the way, man.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
This is
I
so
think he's
cool,
trying
man.
to
What a
stalling
cool
to
point.
get you to
Grub
think.
with Gruber, baby. Grub with Gruber. What a
Look,
pleasure.
honestly, you don't do a lot of podcasts. I don't know if I've ever seen you do any podcasts.
I think back in the day I used to do, but then I
struggled to find them.
I very much removed myself from all types of social media.
So it's an honor.
For several years. It's an honor for me.
No, seriously.
No, it's an honor for me.
Yeah.
When he reached out, inevitably, I've told you this inevitably, but when he reached out, it was like, I've seen this guy. Where have I seen this guy? And then I started looking at your videos, and I was like, absolutely.
All right, so your first
time I saw
memory
magic.
of magic.
First memory.
What triggered this is what I'm saying.
Man,
Like,
I was in London.
Yeah.
We're on a family trip in
How
a place
old?
called Covent Garden. I was 10 years old.
10.
I was 10 years old, and it was actually super serendipitously because the street, I don't remember what it's called right now, but the street where you're coming onto Covent Garden was actually in the Harry Potter films. So there was a little bit of mysticism there, you know? And I remember, I get chills even talking about it. There was a group of people, maybe 50 people. And the screams drew me in. I kind of left my family behind. I snuck into the middle of this crowd. There was this old guy doing the strangest things, but what really captivated me wasn't necessarily the tricks he was doing, but rather how he was affecting the people. Suddenly they would go from these colossal reactions to dead silence. You could hear a pin drop, to laughter, and he was controlling, like he had this control over them. And I remember being really affected by it. I was like, man, these are grown people. Usually, at 10 years old, you see, adults as these figures,
Right,
we're talking about, being 30 and then 40 and seeing them as something more. But yeah, man, I remember being really impacted, and then he did something to me that would inevitably change or maybe put me in the course of what became the rest of my life. Well, rest of my life, as I say that as the rest of my life. Yeah, man. And I remember stopping his show. I was like, no, you have to tell me how this is done.
Wow, really?
And he was like, kid, enough, we got the magic, don't get out of here, what are we doing? I don't know why he's suddenly from New York. He was absolutely British, but yeah, man, I stopped his show. He led me to a store that was a little bit away, and there was a woman that was missing a finger, and she really was missing a finger. And then she did the old trick on me where you have to put your finger in a guillotine, and it cuts through the carrot, but it doesn't cut through your finger. And I was like, oh. And she was like, don't worry, I've only messed up once. And I was like,
That's a great line.
It's true, man. And yeah, I remember buying a trick that day, practicing it on the subway back home, and this lady next to me was seeing this match floating in my hand, and she flipped. She flipped. In that moment, I was hooked. I was like, yes, attention. It was a real turning point for me. Yeah.
What is it that draws you in? Like you just said, is it honestly, does it satiate something in you to entertain somebody? Is it that attention, not in a narcissistic way, but more the ability to really see that, like, is that what gets you, or is it the craft and just like how far you can push yourself and how far you can take it? Like, what is it about that draws you in to this point of being 25 years later and still so into it?
I think the first hook inevitably was being able to make others feel something, and really take someone perhaps out of a mundane activity or a day-to-day routine and really step into something wonderful, into a world of wonder and awe. And that, when you gift that to someone, I think it's it's really a feeling unlike anything else. If you're a singer, you can bring someone to tears. If you're an actor, you're inevitably the same thing. But magic is direct. It's on the spot. It's something that you can, it's an interaction that you can have with anyone, regardless of social class, regardless of age. It kind of makes people spark up, and it definitely births an inner child. And that's something I've always been super drawn to. I think that's how every magician, or at least the ones I know, they always segue from that aspect. Inevitably, there's something wonderful about the impossibility of whatever feat that you're achieving.
Yeah.
But the gift that you're able to give people through your work, that's wonderful. And then that carried me for about 4 years till I was 14, 15. And then I found mentalism, psychological magic. So instead, I think the best way you could really phrase it is, instead of doing magic of sleight of hand, you're doing more sleight of mind. And that opens up a whole new world where you're really going into the craft. There's such a beauty, and there's such a discipline that sleight of hand requires. It's something that moves that you practice for years in front of the mirror by yourself with no girlfriend. Right?
You're married to this, right? Yeah.
And you're practicing this thing that no one's ever going to see if you do it successfully, right? No one's ever going to see. And there's such a beauty to that discipline. Mentalism, you have to practice with people, right? Mentalism is one of those things that you have to try and fail. Of course, there's trickery involved.
Sure.
But it is, I love mentalism, where you're blurring the line between what is real and what is illusion, right? And people don't know, oh, what was this? What? They're trying to piece this puzzle piece together. And man, it's, so to answer your question, both the gift that you're giving people and the discipline of developing the craft.
Yeah.
Becoming better.
Discipline. So when I look at some of the magicians, there seems to be like a synonymousness between discipline and magic. I think of David Blaine. His entire act has seemingly turned to like incredible feats of discipline.
Sure.
Chris Angel, there's others I'm not thinking of. A lot of you guys are in incredible shape, right? Like there's a discipline as far as like, is it required? Is it required to have a level of discipline beyond just the craft in order to be great at the craft?
When I was, great question, by the way. When I was referring to discipline, I meant more the discipline of magic.
No,
right?
I know. But that word, I wanted
to inevitably
right.
Synonymous. I think in any discipline, in any craft, you have to be disciplined.
Sure.
There's simply because talent will take you so far, and the old saying goes, man, if you may be the most talented in the world, but how does it go? It says, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, right? I think that's the way it goes. It's a little bit of a cliche thing, but it's so true, man.
Yeah.
And because I started so young and I started awing adults from a very early age, the doors of the world in my mind were always opened. There was never any sort of friction between something that I would dream up and something that I could achieve, we
have the first round.
Perdón, recuérdame tu nombre, hermano.
Diego.
Diego, ¿qué?
Ibáñez.
Diego Ibáñez. All right, guys, we are here with the wonderful Diego Ibáñez.
Thank you.
Yes.
Wow. Ok, vamos a empezar entonces con una entrada bastante contundente, ¿sí? Es un carpaccio, ¿sí? Todo el mundo ve lo que es un carpaccio, unas láminas de res de muy buena calidad.
Beautiful.
Entonces hacemos unos ñoquis, ¿verdad? Que son súper caseros, que los hacemos acá con papa. Súper esponjosos, una textura súper increíble. Lo hacemos con una mantequilla de parmesano y lo terminamos con un poco de rúcula y pan grattato por encima. ¿Sí?
Wow.
Other than the arugula?
Gnocchi, carpaccio,
Sí.
arugula. This looks
Carpaccio is
phenomenal.
there is, see?
Huh?
Meat, steak carpaccio.
Yeah. Is there anything you don't eat, by the way? No, we're good to go.
Not a thing.
Oh, good.
Not a
Beautiful.
thing. I'm ready. Gracias.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, man. Thank you.
All right, let's dig into this.
You're gonna realize why I picked this place. Yeah, man. This
Right
is
after we take
please,
this, yeah.
after you.
Here we go. O.livia.
O.livia, what have it done? Is it on the plate? Oh, it is.
It is on the
Nice.
plate. Yeah. No, I just held up a blank plate.
Yeah.
I just like to hang up. That's a thing of that's my discipline.
Yeah.
I'm so disciplined that I take blank plates and hang them up there
That's
or throw them
funny.
up on camera.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I got to get more of this steak though.
I intentionally didn't eat breakfast this morning. Well, what time is it now?
I had eggs.
It's gotta be.
It's 3 o'clock.
4 o'clock? Yeah, so it's This is a real treat.
I had eggs for breakfast with my kids, and then that was it. We stopped and got empanada. Oh no, I did have an empanada. I'm lying.
At the gas station?
I had one at Shish
At the
Kebab.
gas station? Yeah. That place is phenomenal.
I had to.
After the second toll?
Correct. Yes, exactly. Yeah, coming out here.
Yeah, man.
Yep, exactly. All right, let me stab this gnocchi. Oh, that gnocchi breaks right apart.
Just dropped like 20 gallons of saliva. Yeah?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I know. I know.
We're gonna push that down the table. You guys got to try this. You guys got to try this.
Absolutely.
Holy cow.
Try this.
Dig in, guys. Oh, that's good, man.
Let's try. I actually haven't tried this specifically. Yeah.
Is violating any diet of yours or anything?
The what, I'm sorry?
Is violating any diet of yours?
Absolutely not. No. Man, that is wonderful.
Holy cow.
That's wonderful. So this place, tell you a little bit about this place. I know we're gonna resume the conversation, but when you met the owner, Heriberto, he's in society with three guys, Tutti, Heriberto, and this incredible chef named Erik.
Erik, yeah.
Who, unfortunately, for personal reasons, he couldn't be here today. But they are a power team, man. They have some of the most. They have really, their restaurants are wonderful.
That is
absolutely
awesome.
wonderful. Yeah.
Well, you told me about what's the Japanese one called?
Okasu.
Okasu?
Okasu. Yeah.
I gotta check that. You been there? It's good? I haven't been.
You been?
See,
Yeah. Insane, man.
I shared with him, like, I haven't found a really good, like, Asian place in DR yet.
You found it now.
But it's right
You found it now.
That's what he said. Yeah, that's what Heriberto said. It's right next to the original O.livia, I guess, right? Like, wherever that is. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I gotta try that place out.
The guy was telling me that this one is more Italian oriented and the other one is Mediterranean.
Oh, this O.livia?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. That's cool. So they kind of changed the menu up a little bit?
That's what the girl was telling me.
I like that. A little variety. You can go to the same restaurant in two spots and get a bit of a different experience. Very cool. Very cool.
This is fantastic.
That's amazing.
It really is.
I could eat that whole thing. That's not even a lie.
No, you know, what a great thing you've created, no?
This
Yeah.
is cool. It
Like,
gives
what
me-
a great way to work.
yeah.
Meeting cool people and just meeting cool people, right?
Stop. You are
Yeah.
a cool person.
No, but you know what I mean, right?
I do, yes.
You get to meet incredible people.
Yep.
And share meals. That's dude. It was meant to be.
Grub with Gruber, right? It's a
100%.
perfect
It's
name
the
for my
perfect
name.
name.
Like I said, I don't have a cool Fernandez.
Yeah. No,
I don't have a
Gruber-
sexy last name,
brother.
So-
Gruber is where it's at.
No,
Gruber
it's
is where
weird.
at.
It's a weird name. It's like the
Phonetically?
Gruber. It's just got this like hard.
You're grubbing with Gruber, dude. You're grubbing with Gruber. It's
The,
not gonna be weird when you sell it for $100 million a couple of years down the
I
line.
love
There we
that.
go.
What's fun about it too is some of the network I have of interesting people in the States that are like, man, I'd love to come down. I can kind of give them an excuse with this.
Yeah.
It's a write-off. It's work.
Yeah,
so
sure.
one dude that's coming down in a couple of months is named Andrew Bustamante. He's a friend of mine.
I know that name.
You know, he's a former CIA spy. And he's created a whole brand.
He's on the podcast circuit.
Oh,
right?
everywhere,
Yeah.
man. He's
Yeah.
the #1 podcast ever on Lex Friedman. He's like
Huge.
top 3 or 4 on Diary of a CEO.
Huge.
He has not been on Rogan.
Wow.
I don't know if he will be, but super nice guy. I had him on my regular podcast, and then I just love what he does. So I connected him with events for him to go speak at him and get paid. Like I just somebody's interesting to me. Like I just love diving. That's why I said about like with your dad. Project Up North, like let me take a look, man. If I could put it out in the world, let's do it. I just
hope you
love
guys can
doing
go on
that
Friday.
stuff.
Yeah.
But he's coming down in January, and he's going to do this show.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like a blending of a few different things. Like I love this country. I love living here. I really do. Not perfect, but I love living here. So the opportunity to show the side of it that many don't realize it has.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Most think like, oh, it's all-inclusive resorts or a shithole. Like those are the two options, right? It's like there's a lot in between. And what's funny too is the irony is there's some people who don't like that lot in between because for some reason they feel like, oh, it's better if everything is, simple and poor, to be honest with you, right? There's this mindset out there of that. You share that with me. Or I share that I tell Jay that all the time.
Yeah.
But I love featuring the country. So bringing a guy like Bustamante in here who has no ties to the Dominican Republic, right? To come down and like, hey man, let me show you. I don't know where I'm gonna go. Maybe Jarabacoa, maybe somewhere with him. That's really cool. And for him to be like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then the opportunity for his audience to learn about a place like this in DR, or your audience to learn about a place like this in DR, combining with mine. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, there's just a really neat all the way around thing. And I was saying to Erik, because he's like, you got to do more. I'm like, dude, this is out of pocket for me. I don't have any sponsors. This is just, not yet. This is just pure investment, right?
Yeah,
like, it's pure, like, I pay for the videography. I pay if I stay someplace.
Yeah, man.
It's out of pocket. But how cool I get to meet people like you.
Yeah, man.
You know?
No. How cool. Reciprocal, completely.
Yeah, appreciate that.
It's one of those things, yeah, man, it's one of those things. If you do something with love and you do it with purpose, inevitably, the investment, whatever financial investment comes in the beginning, will not multiply, fall short on every scale.
Agreed.
You know? It really does.
And it's just good for my heart. We talked about it. Like, I left a job after 21 years. I don't want to say envy you in this, because that's sort of regret in there. But it's not, actually, I don't like that. It's a negative word. I would say I admire you for, you're one of those people that found it early and then dared to do it early. And I want to ask a little bit about that in a second.
Sure.
I probably found it early. Like, I had a sense that, not YouTube, but like something in the creative realm was really my thing, storytelling.
Yeah.
But
were you,
I didn't
those
dare
21
to.
years in corporate America, were you always, did you have that little fire inside burning?
So I would say, well, I started when I was 21, so it was literally a 21-year career, and I quit almost to the day. Like, my career became drinking eligible, 21 years old, and then I quit. I killed it. But in the very beginning, it was fun.
Terrible
I know.
analogy.
I know.
Yeah.
But I killed a human that got to 21. That's what it sounds like. But when I first started, it satiated something. It was like I could, it was claims, so I could negotiate. I could do some cool things. It was neat. Mm-hmm. But then as I started to like get deeper into it, the company got bigger, got very process focused, which makes sense. But I'm not a process guy. Like, I don't like guardrails. And as a company grows or anything grows, it needs to constrict more. And and it just, I felt boxed in. But I would say probably by 25, 26, I had this inkling. I could tell you, like, a bad day was me saying, I'm going to quit. I'm going to move to LA where my cousin Adam lives, and I'm going to do stand-up comedy. Like, that was my whole thing. Any bad day, that was my dream.
Wow.
So I moved to Boston eventually with the company. I actually did stand up in Boston for a few months, which was fun. But then it was like, oh, you know what? That's not my.
Yeah.
I don't.
Did you scare out because of a huge bomb?
No. I bombed once. Well, no, I bombed more than once.
Oh, dude, what a privilege.
I got
it's only
heckled once, I meant to say.
Yeah.
And I had no good response to it. But it was fun. It was fun, and it was one of those like first moments in my life. And again, this is like 32, right? So like double the age that you decided this or learned this. That it was one of the moments in my life, the first moment in my life, where it's like, shit, I could do hard things. I could do things that scare me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a great line, and it says, everything worth in life is on the other side of fear.
Yeah, and it's so true.
Things, they really are.
So true.
They really are, man.
Yeah.
You know, I've been really diving into the Bible recently, like really diving. And it's another discipline. Yeah. And it talks just all the time, man, page after page, about abandoning fear. Do not fear.
Yeah.
Do not fear, yet we live constantly in a state of hyper-awareness, fear, like this thing that impedes the higher self from really creating and begetting the things that you're meant to do.
Yes.
There's a great book on this thing, on the creative fire inside, and I love it. It's
called Creative Fire? Oh,
no. So the Bible. No, well, I mean, truly, honestly, that's the best of the best.
It's true.
But Stephen Pressfield, the War of Art.
War of Art. And then turning pro.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Books. Easy to read too. Easy to read.
Incredible, but I love how it this very abstract concept of resistance, it puts a name to it. It gives you all of its forms and inevitably how to overcome it, right? Which is through the daily, and more than anything, just taking the risk, taking the leap,
Yeah.
Because man, I mean, we're here right now because you decided to take that leap.
Yes. Stephen Pressfield's funny. When we just moved, we moved out of our house in Michigan. We sold it. We're buying a house here. And my wife showed me like, hey, here's the pictures of all the books that you own. I have like probably 200 books. And she said, do you want to keep any of these? Am I shipping them? I'm like, nah, I don't want all of them. But I kept 5. One of them is Turning Pro by Stephen Pressfield. That was one. There was a couple Benjamin Hardy books. And then the one that I really love, it's a small book. Maybe you've read it. It's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And it's all small stuff.
No.
It's literally like...
Don't sweat the small stuff and
it's all small stuff.
And it's all,
great book.
Brilliant. I love it. That's the title?
That's the title.
I love it. I love it.
It's a square book, and it's literally like a whole bunch of like one page. It's not a book that you read cover to cover. I mean, you can, but it's just like each like 1 or 2 pages is just like a concept about not sweating the small stuff. So you could literally just like, I'm in my head, just pick it up, open it, and be like, that hit, got it, perfect.
So I have a thing that I carry with me all the time, and it's a little printout that I laminated.
Oh, wow.
And it is one of the lines in here. You're not going to be able to see it on camera because it's so incredibly small. But I tend to read it to myself. Depends on the season, but pretty much every day. And it is.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
That is small.
This is. It's really beautiful, but it basically. It's the reminders of the everyday that we all so often forget. And inevitably, a paragraph of this is dedicated to. It's all small stuff.
It's all small stuff. Yeah.
Don't whatever you think it's a huge deal. Whatever you think it's gonna, relax.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Those
It's
are
a lot of fun.
31-year-old eyes looking at that. Did you see that? That was like Morse code.
I don't see it.
I don't. 46-year-old eyes would be like, hold on, let me just kind of like focus this in. I'd have my camera on my phone out. You ever do that? I'd have my camera on my phone out. Like, looking at.
I gotta tell you, man, it's getting up there. It's just sometimes where I gotta,
Oh, stop.
zoom in, zoom out.
31.
Yeah,
31.
31, man.
It's a great
I'll
age.
tell you, man, it is a blessing, and I wouldn't say a curse by any means, but everything is a double-edged sword in the sense when you say like, I not envy, but perhaps wish could have found that or followed that.
No, I don't. I want to be clear. I don't wish I could have because I
Sure.
don't believe in that. I think like my path was my path.
Sure.
But I'm appreciative of when I find somebody.
Yeah.
It's like I feel a kindred spirit with that person.
Yeah,
But continue.
yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. It's precisely that. It's I think there is the more and more I realize my personal experience was so good because I never. I started developing it really young, and the response I was getting and just my absolute obsession with this craft from a very early age made me very competent in that world.
Yeah.
And, by 15 or so, I was just, my mindset wasn't limited to anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing was off limits.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start doing TV. Send out a couple emails, they weren't responding, and then I ended up showing up the place. And I was like, hey, we should do something. And inevitably, I ended up doing something with the producer, and then we got on TV, and I was like, huh. And then, at 18, I moved to LA. And that's a funny story, but
Oh, hold on, hold the story. We got more coming in.
Ooh,
Look
opa.
at this.
Oh, this is
Good thing we
thank you,
didn't eat.
Diego.
This is gambas enduja.
Oh.
Gambas enduja.
Yeah, this is homemade bread. Yeah.
The bread here is-
Enduja es una especie de embutido italiano, ¿sí? Que se hace con chile calabria, ligeramente picante y a base de cerdo.
Hey, yeah.
Entonces lo que hacemos es una mantequilla saborizada con la enduja. Entonces rostizamos las gambas con esa mantequilla, por eso que tiene como que esas texturas de arriba. Y lo acompañamos con nuestro pan, que lo hacemos obviamente aquí en casa, que es un pan que fermenta por 24 horas.
Do you do it with it? Do you put
Es
them together?
espectacular. Esto es tradicional hacer lo que el italiano llama normalmente la escarpeta, que es tomar el camarón y coger todos los jugos de la parte de abajo. Disfruten. Enjoy.
Muchísimas gracias.
Okay.
Gracias.
It's like you asked about Spanish. I understand. If I gotta eat, no problem. No problem. Mi español is perfecto.
He's got a Latin stomach.
Perfecto. I heard everything. I got the whole thing. The butter, the this, the that. I got it all. But
What is that called? The Duolingo. You got the Duolingo in your stomach.
I call it survival. I just call it survival, right? How do you eat? How do you drink? Everything else I could fill in little words like, que via? What way?
Of course.
All right.
With this,
But I still am going to follow your lead here. So I think what I got was you eat the shrimp and then dip the bread.
Precisely.
Right? All right. You first this time, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Eric, we're good on this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's try this. This, I'm telling you, man, this place is
Thank you, sir.
something else.
We are on
so
this, like,
they said it's an embutido. You know what? I'm not even going to try to explain it because let's just let's grub.
This piece has a little burn on it. I'm going to take a piece
Let's
for that.
grub.
Let's grub with Gruber. All right. So, so you eat the shrimp first and then dip, or does it matter?
¿Qué me dices tú? ¿Nos comemos el camarón primero y luego el pan o cómo es?
Lo pueden hacer juntos o si no lo ponen en un ladito y te pasan el pan.
She's saying the best way is probably to do it together. So cut a little bit of shrimp and a little bit of there we go.
Let's do it.
And you inevitably want to scoop up the juices.
Already got that going.
All right.
Already did that. Let's get this
Let's
thing.
do what? My mother's gonna have a heart attack when she sees me eating like this.
Why?
Table manners.
Oh, please.
My sister, I should say, huh?
Oh, your
Yeah,
sister.
this
Your
guy.
sister.
This guy. So, is that your sister? Classic line. My God.
That's good. I gotta get some more of that sauce. Wow, that's good. That is the right amount of kick, right amount of spice. Oof, dude.
I'm telling you, dude.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Highly
Yeah.
recommend. Where's my camera? Highly recommend O.livia.
It really, it's fantastic, man. It really is. Dude.
This is the best part of this job. You know? I get to eat whatever I want. That is one thing I will say. I pay for the production, but they provide the food, so I'll take it. I'll take the free food. It's one perk. But yeah, people are like, oh, the restaurants are paying. Like, no. They're like, why do you promote? I'm like, because why not? Right? Why not show the lifestyle that you can have in a place like the Dominican Republic? You know?
100%. I have to say, Mom, I apologize for doing this on camera, but they told us to. So,
Is she watching? Is your mom watching?
100%.
Yeah, my mom is too. My wife won't, but my mom will.
No, you.
Actually, my wife
like-
won't. She might watch this one.
Right now, it was quite humbling a few months back that I started doing the short form video, really for the first time ever on Instagram. It's very humbling because I'm coming from a platform of YouTube, that it's been my work since I was basically 20 years old. It's been what I do to come to Instagram, and then getting in videos with very little engagement. But inevitably, the one who's always there is my mom.
Yeah.
And a few of her friends, of course.
Sure.
Which is, dude, you don't need anything else.
It's true.
Honestly, if
Yeah.
you got that, that's you're pretty lucky, I would say. Yeah.
We're gonna get around to a little bit of the other
Got
women.
to try this.
Oh yeah.
Got to try this.
You having one more?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be enough for them though. We could share one though.
Yeah,
if you want
split
to.
one. Do that.
Which part do you want?
I'll take that. That's fine.
This one?
Yeah, whatever. Make it easy for you.
Give it a go.
Gracias.
Very nice.
Yeah, these guys got to try it. Split a piece of bread.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Go ahead, break it.
After you.
I'll break it.
Thanks, man. We are
Yeah.
literally breaking bread.
Yeah, I just took that. I took the big piece. Sorry.
How dare you?
I know. We got to get this down to the other end though. There you go. Try that out.
Yeah, man. Maybe it's because I tell people sometimes that I live here that I don't really hear the full story, but one of the things that I think is important to note is whenever I tell someone that I'm living here, I usually say Dominican or so, I usually get like, oh, that's so great, that's amazing and stuff. But I do get what you're saying with the contrast of like, oh, even incredible, all-inclusive resorts, or perhaps not the best place. But brother, I'm telling you, coming in for nearly a decade, coming in and out, it is incredible the things that this country is producing, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the highest growing economy in the Americas. I could be mistaken, but I think that is correct.
It has been, yeah. This year it's modifying down a little bit, but it's still like top 3 or 4.
That in Guyana.
Guyana,
is,
yeah. How do you say it? Guyana?
well, in Spanish, Guyana.
Okay.
Guyana, but yeah.
I don't know, I would say Guyana. I have no idea.
Guyana.
It looks like Guyana. Some guy named Anna, which exists today, so it works perfectly.
Guyana.
Guyana. Guyana. I know. But yeah, it is a fast-growing economy. It's a fast-growing country, and yeah, same. I've been coming here since I met my wife, so 16 years.
Yeah.
And to see what it was to now, like one of my core memories coming here the first time,
Yeah.
was the first time I saw a dude at a gas station with a shotgun. You know, like the security guy in Higüey.
Yeah.
And I was in the backseat, and her uncle, whose name also is Ediberto. I told
Really?
Ediberto, the owner, I'm like, oh, you're the only other Ediberto I've met. He's like, there's 3 of them here. It's him, I guess one of the,
Two guys,
there's 2
yeah,
other
that's
guys
it,
here.
that's it.
So,
No one else is allowed to have the name.
but he's like, keep him in the back. When we went to that gas station, so I'm like, where the hell? Where am I? Like, keep me in the back while there's a dude with a shotgun right there. Like, what's going on? But then to come back and see like the growth and the development and some of the infrastructure stuff, and I mean, it's just incredible. But yeah, I get the same thing. I get like, oh, that's so cool. But then inevitably, like if I'm on a plane or something, the conversation turns to like, are you safe? And I'm like, no.
Do you know about the Mexican smear campaign?
No.
Yeah,
What's the
this
Mexican?
is true.
Hit me.
Whenever the Big Papi thing happened here, I'm sure you heard about
Oh yeah, when he got stabbed or whatever, or shot in Santo Domingo.
This is 100% confirmed from my understanding. They paid pretty enormous amounts of money to exemplify that in the news story. No, in the news stories too.
Yeah.
Not to throw it away.
No.
Rather to do the
Mexico of the Dominican,
Simply
right?
because it's so, like, dude, I don't remember the exact amount, but Punta Cana Airport received God knows how many million tourists in a year. I don't remember the exact.
Now or then?
No, this was last year.
Not 6.8 million, in that range.
There we go.
Yeah.
And no, but they were celebrating a certain landmark, so it must have been either 5 or 10. I'm not sure. Whatever. The point is, they made a pretty big deal about it, but it's growing significantly to the point where other countries are like, maybe we gotta push on this.
Yeah.
So
Mexico
I really
did that, huh?
I really hate that.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, I lived in Monterrey, Mexico for 4 years. Loved the country, incredible country.
Yeah.
But when we left, I've been very lucky, man. I left Venezuela when I was 6 years old.
I was going to ask you about
and
that.
it was
yeah.
right around the time that Chavez came into power.
Yeah.
When we left Monterrey, it was right around the time that the cartels really took over the country, decapitating people. In the States, we were talking about, gun
School
safety,
shootings, yeah.
And not even going to get into that topic, but but it is unfortunate that literally every single day it's happening. In the DR, dude, I've been here for 10 years, coming in and out. It is one of the most secure places I've ever lived in my life.
Yeah.
And coming from the other side of the island, Haiti, I used to.
Yeah, right. I was going to say you lived in Haiti for a while too, right?
Dude,
Yeah.
this place is remarkable.
It's part.
Like, it really is. I sleep with the door open. It's thankfully I hope I don't have to swallow my words inevitably. Knock on wood, right?
Same,
But
same. Yeah.
People are incredibly laid back. People are even policemen. You can have a conversation with them if whatever the argument it is. It is a country that favors entrepreneurial people, and it gives them a place to be able to work safely.
Yeah.
And make no mistake about that. That is, that's inevitably the reason. Personally, I'm buying here, and my family's established here simply because we've been on the opposite sides of that coin.
Yeah.
Where living in
Gotcha.
places where it's not safe to go out.
Mm-hmm.
So I really, I remember I was in an airport maybe a few weeks back, and I was telling someone that I lived in the DR, and they were like, is it safe?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, if only you knew.
Yeah,
If only
I
you
know.
knew.
Well, for you, it must be very safe anywhere you go, because I would imagine you just kind of like puff a smoke and disappear, right? Like just, and you're gone. Pick up a sheet.
What are we doing?
Right? Yeah, he's gone. No, but man, thank you. Gracias.
Gracias, amigo.
I share that sentiment, and to be honest with you, I'm surprised by it. Meaning, when we moved here, I obviously realized it was reasonably safe, but it was also like this. Okay, hey, as long as we, then we will be, and that was a very restrictive list. It was like as long as we, stay in the gated communities, as long,
Sure.
And then as you get here and you start to like branch out and bring it, so like as long as you stay out of the shitty neighborhoods, you're probably fine. And even then, I've gone through a few. GPS takes you to some interesting places. And I don't know, man. Like, nobody bothers you.
Look at her eyes. Ay, Dios mío. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
No,
but you're right, man.
We got to get to dating soon. We got to get to dating.
That's the same place in anywhere in the world.
Right,
It really is. It's this notion, honestly, that the DR is somehow unsafe. Brother, I can tell you from personal experience. that's just not the case.
Yeah.
We were talking about earlier, you know, someone gets shot, everyone hears about it. Everyone hears about it. It becomes this huge deal.
Yeah.
Obviously, speaking in population and land mass, it doesn't compare to the States whatsoever. But
Yeah.
this is something that's happening every single day in the States, you know?
Well, today,
every single day.
Today, the Minnesota shooting, as we record this, there's this Minnesota school shooting, first day of school, and it's just like, my God, it's just a reminder of, you know.
Don't get me wrong. I love living in the States. I currently live in the States, you know, a few months out of the year. But
it's the greatest country on earth. It's the greatest place of opportunity. Me too.
I
me too.
love it.
I hate that it's happening. It's not a.
I hate that it's happening.
Right. It's not a. Oh, look how bad a place it is. Why would you go there?
Precisely.
It's sad to me that, like, my God, I hate seeing such a beautiful country, you know, go through this epidemic of mental disease and mental illness and whatever else it might be. But anyway. That was good. I don't know what else is coming, but I'm excited for it because that was really freaking good.
What was
awesome?
Good?
The shrimp.
I was like, yeah, the conversation's great.
Conversation too. But real quick, you started to touch on it. It was a topic I wanted to go into. So, you know, you talked about, well, a couple things in this vein. Your parents, you're Venezuelan. You're from Venezuela originally. Your parents are Venezuelan. You've lived, it sounds like so far I've got London, Monterey, Haiti.
London, we were there for a couple months. So it wasn't really like living, but yeah.
Like you got enough time to get a little comfortable.
Sure.
But Monterey, you were in Houston, you've lived in LA, you live here. The two questions. The first one is, what was your parents' reaction to your career choice at that age? Because I don't know, Latin American parents, any parents might be like, hey, no, that's not, you know, we need you to get serious, if you will. What was their reaction? Were they incredibly supportive? Like, what was their role in you going full on into magic at a young age?
Man, honestly, incredibly supportive.
Yeah.
And I mean, you've met my dad.
Yeah.
He's a very traditional guy.
Yeah.
And he comes from in every aspect, and culturally, and work-wise, very traditional. My mom is you know, she leans toward that side as well, but is much more open. But I was very lucky to find this thing and become competent at it from a very early age, and so that kind of opened the doors to, you know, me being 15 and saying, I don't want to go to school, I'm gonna do magic. And they're like, no, you're going to school for sure. But even with college, you know, I wanted to skip out on that, and they were like, listen, we don't care what school it is, just go someplace.
Where'd you go?
I went to the Academy of Dramatic Arts.
Oh, nice.
So I ended up,
where is that? In LA?
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's a hilarious story, actually. It was my birthday. I think it was my 18th birthday. I found out about the audition that very day. And I did a dramatic monologue, and they were like, well, now it's time for a comedic monologue. And I'm like, what comedic monologue?
Yeah.
Ended up making one on the spot. Ended up getting a scholarship to this place.
Wow.
That was kind of like my ticket to LA.
Yeah.
But as soon as I got there, it was kind of like just, you know, pedal to the metal. And but yeah, man, my parents, thankfully, always super supportive. They always flamed the fire. And you mentioned something recently, which I completely agree with. But I think balance in that aspect is super important, which is the railings, right? I was always super against any form of let's say traditional upbringing, simply because of my interest in the arts and because of my interest in you know, just social dynamics and magic and film and all of these things, the creative things, right? I never liked certain structures, but then you lean too much to that side, a life without structure, and then suddenly you start to realize, oh, I really enjoy having structures in certain areas. And a really beautiful metaphor that I connected with recently was, you know, a river flows because of its boundaries. Because if it didn't have boundaries, then it would just become a sedentary pond.
That's true.
And the water would rot inevitably, you know. But in order to have that flow and in order to keep it moving, it's got to have direction. It's got to have certain parameters, and I think that's true in any aspect of life, whether it comes to you know, craft, whether it comes to work, like having certain boundaries. And I think my parents were you know, quite good in finding that balance, you know, of like, what are we gonna do with this kid who's, you know, 14 years old and he wants to be a magician?
There he goes, disappearing again.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, I found a 10 of hearts in my pocket again. This kid. No, go ahead.
No, precisely.
Sure.
Precisely. Yeah, exactly that. And so, Yeah, man. We super supportive.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's leading me to this question. Well, first off, what was your big break in magic? When do you feel like, is there a moment that you go to that you say like, this was a seminal moment in the arc of my career?
It comes in stages, right? So I think one of the first, I remember being 13, 14 years old, maybe 13 years old, and I got booked for a party, and they were paying me $500 for an hour show. Dude.
You're paid.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a millionaire,
Yeah.
basically. You know, like, what I would do.
Yeah.
I remember it was the exact amount I needed because I wanted. It was right around the time that I was starting to get a real interest in video making and producing videos. So I bought a camera with that money.
Oh, nice.
And so, but that was a huge thing that I was like, wait. There's actually there's money in this. And I remember telling my parents one day, I was like, you know what? One day, I know it's 500 now. One day it's going to be 50,000.
Yeah.
And that later on, when that day came for this shoot that we were doing, I remember calling them and I was like, "Hey, it happened."
Mm-hmm.
And that's so it goes in stages. But then, you know, getting the first time I was on TV was right around 15 maybe or so, and that was also like, oh, okay, maybe we could do something with this. And yeah, man, I mentioned earlier about having the open mind, everything was possible. That's going back to discipline. That's great, but it can also be a super double-edged sword because then you start relying on talent and you become a very undisciplined person. Not necessarily in the craft, because I've never seen what I do as a work. It's always been a joy. I love learning. I love diving into books. I love diving into videos, concepts, whatever it is, to be able to further it. There's some incredible creators out there.
Yeah.
Magic creators, you know, that I'm just super enamored with. And then creating your own things is even another level. I've always loved that aspect, but I'm talking more about undiscipline, the fact of like, you know, perhaps I know this charisma or this charm can get me into any room, but also out of any trouble. And that's a huge sword to forge ahead with.
Yeah.
But it can also be a huge part of the reason why you become irresponsible or undisciplined.
I feel that. Yeah.
And I definitely learned the hard way. You know, I remember.
I want to hear that. How'd you learn the hard way?
Yeah, man. There's just irresponsibility in every aspect. You know, answering your phone. I think how you do anything is how you do everything, right? How you do the little things is inevitably how you do the big things. And yeah, man, I remember one time we were putting a show together with this huge network, and I was flying in from New York to LA, and I was like, yeah, we can make a meeting. I was landing at like 3:30, the meeting was at 4. I was like, it's fine, we'll do it. I remember arriving like maybe like 90 minutes late, man.
Hey.
And there was, as soon as I sat down, the head of the network is there. And they opened the, what do you call that, for the food.
Oh yeah, like the thing, the
thing,
the dome,
the dome,
right? That comes off. Yeah. I don't know what you call that.
People, we ended up eating cold steak. Man.
They were waiting for you.
Waiting for me.
Yeah.
And things like that, man, where you become just really irresponsible with people's time.
Was that optimism or irresponsibility?
That's 100% irresponsibility.
So you it wasn't just like, I'm gonna figure out a way. I'm sure we can make it work. I just don't want to.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's.
It's also irresponsible.
I hate the word being realist, because the being a realist kind of really constricts you to what is and doesn't allow you to see what will be.
That's true.
Because inevitably, at the end of the day, the whole world was created by people who weren't realists, right? Who would think that you would come into a room, turn on a light, it would suddenly be fixed, right? But the opposite side of that is just creating this delusional irresponsibility of everything will work out always. You know? And that allows. Muchísimas gracias. What a lovely.
Ay, gracias.
Gracias, amiga.
Gracias.
Yeah, so there's a big differentiator there. You know, it's not. I love optimism. Claro que sí. Muchas gracias. I love optimism. I hate being a realist, but there is, like everything else, there's a yin yang. There's a happy medium to where you're operating on both frequencies. And I feel like artists can so many times just be swooped into the irresponsibility of everything in every aspect, health-wise, relationships, everything. Because you can work around it. You know?
Sure, yeah.
But what a stupid way to shoot yourself in the foot. Yeah.
What right now in your life is something where you feel like you need more discipline?
Man,
I know for me what it is. I'm curious what it is.
What is it for you?
It's probably it's kind of random. It's tax discipline. Let me explain. So I have a job. I have a job for a lot of years, and every paycheck they take it out, and then I just have to file a form at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Then I leave.
Yeah.
And I've got to budget an amount to go over here, and you talk to a CPA and but it would make me so nervous that I didn't save enough that I would just not file. So I would just let it go. I would just go past the deadline, past the extension. I'll pay a fine one day, whatever. I just don't want to look at it. But dude, sleepless nights, stress, this insane sense of like I am not enough because I didn't do this. And it was 2 years after I left before I finally just snapped myself back into place and got over it. And then I found out I owed way less than I saved. Crazy enough, right? So I had so much more, so much more saved to pay that I actually owed, but I just avoided it. And I put it off because I'm going forward with what inspires me. And then at night, I'll just wake up at 3 a.m, panicked and in a sweat, that I'm going to be fined or go to jail or whatever I thought was going to happen. Yeah. So that's one area that in the last year I've gotten way, way, way better at, and just decided, all right, I'm going to get good at that. Yeah. But you learn. It's funny. I've admitted that more recently to people, and it's so funny how much that resonates with more people than I realize. You won?
I'm on.
You one of those people that it resonates with?
100%.
Yeah?
100%.
How so for you, if you don't mind sharing?
Man, money wasn't a real concept for me ever.
Yeah.
And because I was making it.
Yeah.
And so, so I yeah, man, in every aspect. I remember one time, I just sold my Jeep Liberty. And it was my sister's hand-me-down car. Great car.
Yeah.
Amazing car. But I wanted to get something cool.
Sure.
And
McLaren?
Yeah, no. No, not that guy. I love classic cars.
Jeep Grand Cherokee? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
I love classic cars. Okay. I love everything, 50s, 60s, just that curvature.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, you go from things like, that's going to be a whole other conversation. Yeah, I was about to get carried away in the classic car conversation, man. I love it. But yeah, man, there was this Land Rover that I was really enamored with. It was sitting on the lot for months, and we negotiated the price, and it was going to be pretty much the exact amount I sold the Jeep for. Yeah. And yeah, man, I show up with the cash at hand, and the owner's face, the guy who was in the dealer, when he saw me walk in, his face just turned white. I was like, "What's going on here, fella? How you doing, John?" And he's like, "Man, we sold the car this morning." Oh. It's like, "Dude, you told me this car's been sitting on the lot for months.
Right.
What are we doing?"
Yeah.
And yeah, man, right across the street was a Benz dealership. And dealership, I don't know why I said it like that. And yeah, man, super upset. Walked in just to kind of browse or so. Long story short, man, I fell in love with this car, small SUV. Fell in love with it. I was like, I gotta have this. Ended up negotiating a price with the guy, and he ended up giving me a lease for however many years. And I remember thinking in my mind, I'll tell you, we'll continue.
Yeah, that's a good cliffhanger. Oh my God.
Dos pilares de la cocina de hostería, que son la buena pasta y una buena pizza de carne.
¿Sí? Two pillars in O.livia, which is a phenomenal pasta and an even better steak.
Okay.
Por un lado, tenemos unos tagliatelle que lo hacemos obviamente en casa, con semolín de muy buena calidad. Y hacemos una salsa muy clásica de la zona de la Toscana, que es más o menos la idea del restaurante, traer un pedazo de la Toscana aquí a Santo Domingo, que es el ragú bianco, que es un ragú que se hace con cerdo, ¿sí? Se cocina por largas horas y pues, tienes una salsa espectacular. Y por otro lado, un buen steak que lo hacemos en parrilla de carbón. Esta carne es double ranch, ¿sí? Es una variedad muy premium de carne. Lo terminamos con una mantequilla que hacemos con anchoas. ¿Sí?
It's an anchovy butter.
Yes.
Chile Calabria.
¿Y esto qué es? ¿Esta salsita de
Y
aquí?
la salsa es una demigas, es una salsa que se hace a base de los huesos y reducción. Sí, sí, sí.
This sauce is made from the bones, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Y
That's dominating a species right there.
face.
We're gonna grind your bones into sauce. Not only will we eat you, but those bones will be sauce. I love it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
y una crispy polenta, que literalmente es
Crispy
polenta
polenta.
cremosa con una corteza muy buena,
Wow.
con un poco
Wow.
de pan, de gremolata, que es esta mezcla de hierbas y limón. Sí.
Muchísimas
Muy buen
gracias.
provecho, ¿eh?
Gracias.
Permiso. Siempre.
Before we eat this, I want to hear your last the last bit of that story.
Yeah, man. My mindset was, they told me, they gave me however, I don't remember how many years the lease was, but the amount that I had to pay off on the car left was around 25,000. And I remember thinking, forget about it, with literally no money to my name, no work. It ended up being, I think, like a month and a half later or so, I get called up from an agency I just started working with.
Gotcha.
And they tell me they want me to host this thing. And I was like, sure, yeah, how much? And they say 25. And I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 2,500.
Right. Oh, no kidding.
I'm like, yeah, let's go. Dude, I have no money. I have zero money.
Right.
Zero money. And inevitably a huge ego or this sort of sense of independence that I would have rather died before asking my parents for help.
Sure.
Right? And which is such a stupid thing as well, man. Like I wanted to be like the self-made man. You know? And yeah, man, inevitably it ended up being once I received the contract, I ended up seeing like 3 zeros instead of 2.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah. And paid off the car.
Yeah.
Same thing happened with the apartment later on. Many things where anytime I needed money, I knew I could just make it.
Yeah.
And that works if you are disciplined.
Yeah.
It doesn't work if you start believing that your talent will take you so far without putting in the work.
Yeah.
Let's dig in.
We will. I want to get into. Oh, sure. I want to get into that about attracting money too. There we go. I have a lot of thoughts on that.
Attracting money?
Yeah. What you just talked about. Attracting money. How money is
Yeah.
something that you attract. Ooh.
Yeah. It's something that you can't chase, man. You know. It's
Agreed.
There's a great line that says, "Man, I'm just pulling out all these fortune cookie sayings, honestly, but
That's okay.
It's so true." Which is like, you can either flower your garden. You could spend your life chasing butterflies. You'll never catch them. Or you could flower your garden and let them come to you.
Or as
I think
TLC said, don't go
TLC.
chasing waterfalls.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, stick to the rivers and the lakes you're used to.
Let's go, baby.
Right? Yeah. Come on now.
Guys, dig in, please. There you go, my friend.
It's the only reason Jay's sticking around. He's like, food just keeps.
Okie artichoke.
food
What am I
keeps sliding down.
doing? Dude, this smell already is like, oh man. You know what I love, man? I love eating with hunger.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
I'm hungry. Me too. I'm still hungry.
I'm maybe even hangry. You know?
You don't sound hangry.
I don't sound hungry.
No, you sound
I'm concealing it.
reasonably hungry.
Here, my friend. Try this.
What is this right here?
This is he said the name.
I forget
of
what this
something,
thing
but
is,
I
but
genuinely don't know.
It's meat
I
and
just
pasta
nod and smile.
with a thing.
With a thing.
Meat pasta with a thing.
The wrong thing. The bone.
The bone. Oh yeah, this is the bone sauce on it. Yeah, the topic of money, I've gone deep on this, and this meat is excellent. This meat is excellent. I got to try this thing with it real quick.
Wow.
But
Wow.
I believe that money is a relationship more than it is like a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to your point, if you're disciplined and I think aligned, like when you step into that thing that God is telling you, like, hey,
100%.
we were talking about this in the car on the way here, Eric and I, the videographer. We were literally talking about this because I said, look, I truly believe that there's points in our lives, and for me, it was the corporate thing where God says, okay, look, I can't make you do anything, nor do I want to, but I'm going to make it real uncomfortable when you're so far misaligned. I'm going to make it real uncomfortable, and I'm going to show you another way. And that other way,
Which at the end of the day is the definition of sin, missing the mark.
correct.
Missing
look
that
at you.
frequency.
You are deep in
Yeah.
the Bible. I love this. But anyway, so I'm going to show you another way. This might be a little bit more uncomfortable. It might be scary, more uncertain.
Sure.
All of that, but it's more aligned, or it is aligned with who you are and who you were created to be and the kind of value you can add to the world. A lot of people choose not to.
Sure, it's scary.
And stay down the path and numb their way past it.
Even if they know that's gonna hurt them much more in the long term.
Correct.
Dude, but I say them, and it's I've lived that. I've lived that for many years as well. Staying in a comfort zone.
Where? When? You seem like you've been unencumbered by a comfort zone.
Sure. I like stepping into uncomfortability, but there's been seasons in my life, when people talk about depression or things. I can get out of bed for like a day or a week or weeks. Dude, for me it was years. Literally years.
What season? So, what years?
But yeah, I mean that's another segue. But I do want to touch on that, which is the. Now I lost the train of thought.
Money.
The
lack of alignment.
Yeah, man. Nikola Tesla says something very true, which is you wish to understand the universe. Think in terms of frequency and vibration. And I think I'm really starting to grasp what that means, because you think about it and you're like, oh yeah, obviously everything vibrates, frequency, vibration, but it's a hard thing to conceptualize, perhaps even much harder to really practice. But when you say you're not aligned with money, that's a very, very true thing. And talking about beforehand the discipline and when you talked about your tax situation and the irresponsibility that you were finding there, then you asked me what was the irresponsibility that I'm experiencing. I shared the story of the car because it was a way for me to justify how anything I thought of, what I knew I had the confidence in self that I would always be able to do. But even that mindset, being that overly confident, where it is a detriment to the preparation, because at the end of the day, any battle is won before it is fought. Right?
Sure. Yeah.
Preparation is everything.
100%.
You have to be prepared.
Yep.
For the worst and the best. When you're so overly confident to the point where you stop preparing and you stop putting in the work to get to where you want to be or whatever outcome it is that you want, that's very tricky because then you're misaligned as well.
Yeah.
There's a thing of being like underaligned and then there's overaligned. It's the right balance, man. I think that's going to be that theme that we're finding in this conversation. It's balance, bro.
Balance.
It really is balance between the that over zealousness and that underwhelming action,
Yep, 100%. And that's a great way of putting it. That's a great balance. It's not like work life. It is, the amount of action compared to your zeal, if you will. What was I going to say to you though about, you said something in there that really intrigued me, and this pasta is really good. I love
how this conversation is like branching off into different, that's the best way.
That's to me what this is, man. Have a drink, have some food. This is what it's like. We just
Salud, Jamie, what are we doing? Salud, papa. There we go.
The cameras are just here to capture it, but otherwise it's just like, you're such an interesting person. And you've done such interesting things. Thank you.
Likewise.
That sharing some of these thoughts is really just, it's just great conversation. And if it adds value to others.
I hope so, man.
And that's the thing. Like I said,
that's what it all comes down to.
100%.
That's the secret to everything.
Yes, that's the secret to making money.
And give and always aim to exceed expectations. You're not always going to succeed in that. But you just continuously aim to inevitably give, not to receive. But there is a point where your intentions are truly altruistic. That's life, brother.
That's abundance too. Like I said this to Erik today. It's like,
and prosperity.
I bump into enough people, including yesterday with my kids. You bump into people who are like, "Hey man, can I get a picture? You're the reason I moved here."
That's crazy.
And that is crazy. But the humbling part of it is, it's like, go back to that decision point, right? Like, hey, stay in this job, even though I'm making it really uncomfortable for you to do so. Or, look at you, chest hair, trying to show the chest off.
Hold on, I'm going to try to fix this mic real quick. Hold on. Sorry, 1 second.
No, you're good. Or go down this other path that's less certain. And it wasn't like, move to the Dominican. It was just like, are you going to quit this thing and go all in on your creative endeavors, right?
Yeah.
But by doing so and letting that guide me and lead me to a point where we moved to DR and I created content in DR and people really, really resonated with what I talk about. Like you said, I carved out this sort of specific niche. And then somebody out there is saying, I had this little dream that maybe maybe moving to like the Caribbean or the Dominican, that would be pretty cool. And they, in some way, associate the decision that they made to do that, like live out a dream, to something I said, did, or put out into the world, right? Like that to me is the ultimate compliment and the ultimate validation of the decision to align, to go with aligned action. I just hosted this retreat in Tahoe, right? 10 entrepreneurs, all men, and it was incredible. One of the guys who I've known for a few years now, like he pulls up, we do this thing called a one sheet. It's like all your financials, all your goals, all your health stats, everything on one page, and you just kind of share it. This dude opens it up, and dude, he's crushing it.
Yeah.
His business has exploded. He's making more money than he's ever made. He just left his job like 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. And his business is on the way to the moon. But his whole business is sober living facilities. And he doesn't give sober living facilities. Sorry,
right.
No food in my mouth. Sober living. But if you talk to him, sober, like
sounds terrible.
Getting sober.
That's the first time I've heard of that term. I'm kidding.
Sober
I'm
living.
kidding.
So, but no, he went through some things in his life. He went through some things in his life which led him to want to serve this community of people. And even like he has this big dream about his kids. You never hear him talk about profit margin, ROI, none of it. All he talks about is what he adds in value. He needs more of these places to serve more people. And he feels guilty about the money. And my point to him was like, dude, that's just a KPI. That's just a metric you can't control. If you are all in on doing what you're doing, that metric is going to improve. It's going to get bigger. Like you're adding a ton of value into the world. Therefore, the world is paying you back. And we just use, as a society, as a world, money as a modicum of exchange, as a means of survival. It just happens to be the thing. So I'm a big believer in what you just said. The more value you add, the more you put out into the world without any expectation of a return, which can be hard. I'm grinding it like this. I don't know what this becomes. This becomes a YouTube video that, not you, but like the series that, you know, whatever, you had some views and then it went away. Maybe. But I don't know what it leads to. Maybe it leads to another opportunity or another opportunity. But I just know it feels like the right thing to do. It supports this restaurant.
Are you having fun in this very moment?
100%. Are you? It's a, what is
That's
today?
what it is.
Wednesday?
And that's already one.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah.
At 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And my whole day is drive to Santo Domingo, sit down with an incredible story of a person. Like handsome. And handsome.
Beautiful.
We're going to get into handsome here in a second. There's something about handsome. Jay, you're going to hear this. There's something about handsome this guy needs to fess up to. I got to know. I don't know if he's going to, but
fess up.
We'll get. Yeah, exactly.
Cosmetic surgery, baby. That's what we're doing.
No. Wait till you hear it.
No, well, you saw my mother. What are we doing?
No, that's not what I mean.
I'm kidding.
That's not what I mean. That was your sister.
Yeah. My God.
Oh, you
no, I got you.
You can't do that. Not to the host of Grub with Gruber.
Great name.
But where the fuck was I? But it's a Wednesday.
Yeah,
and
man.
This is what I'm doing. And I can afford to, and I can make this life. And again, it's not even, I don't know what comes of this. You know what I do hope though? I mean, and I honestly, I hope you and I stay in connection, right? I hope that there's some way I can add value to your life.
Well, you're flying with my dad Friday, so it's.
I might be. I got to check with my wife. I know on a helicopter.
Yeah, let's do it. Listen, man.
I better not die on that helicopter.
There's a work. Gruber, what the fuck? We're having a good conversation.
Sorry.
Just why are you? This is another thing. Thoughts are physical things.
Death with Gruber. I know.
Words are physical things. They really are.
I know.
They really are.
My son is all into plane crashes right now, and it freaks me out. But go ahead.
Man, now. And I don't know, I'm sure people have figured this out before, but it was the thing that I was as I was writing this thing actually that I showed you earlier, the thing that I read to myself every other day. Another paragraph is precisely about that. Now, backwards is one. So if you're just constantly focused on now, not focusing on, I'm gonna help this guy, what is he gonna give me? I'm gonna do this, what is he gonna give me? Inevitably that's the thought that crosses your head. Sure. I mean, it does for me.
The monkey mind goes there, yeah.
Sure. You described it perfectly. It is the monkey mind.
Yep.
It's an inferior frequency.
Yep.
But if you're just,
it's
what a good actor does.
Yeah.
It's what a good magician does. It's what a good host does. It's what a good real estate guy does. Like if you're focused on the moment, and if you're really living in the moment, then you've won the moment. Yeah. And that's it. And if you can stack those wins as much as you can, that's it. I mean, that is the thing.
That's awesome.
You know, but value is, yeah, man. It's We're very privileged though.
Yeah.
We're very privileged. You know, you have your platform. Obviously, it's proven to be successful. You're doing all of these incredible things with the background, which is such a great background to have, which I never had. which is the comparison, right? You worked 21 years in corporate,
Yep.
and that fire for creativity, for this creative venture was burning up inside of you. You know what the perhaps mundane routine is like the day-to-day,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And so you can appreciate, perhaps, even though you might not see the results straight away, you can appreciate the being creatively fulfilled at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do, yes.
And being able to be conscious, let me rephrase this. Being conscious of all of those little things that you have to be grateful for is the ultimate way to win life.
Yeah.
Taking away comparison, which they say is the ultimate thief of joy.
It is, yeah.
Taking away, oh, he's doing this, he's doing that, oh, he's making this much money, and da-da-da. We're super lucky that we get to, genuinely, I would be doing what I do if I wasn't getting paid for it. I think
yeah.
you would be too.
Yes, yeah.
And what a beautiful way that is to live.
Yep.
Like, what a beautiful way that is to live.
Yep.
Because so many people can't, how do I phrase this? There's so many people that unfortunately have to trade the time for money, which is not a dishonorable thing to do. My dad, I remember telling me very early on, if you hear my dad's story, that's insane. As he started climbing up the corporate ladder, then becoming a developer. But he told me something that really stuck with me when I was kind of demeriting, or I don't even know if that's a word, when I was kind of like talking down on this client that I was working with. He was a huge headache, and he's like, hey, el trabajo dignifica, which is work dignifies. Doesn't matter if you're playing a show in front of 80,000 people or scrubbing toilets, it doesn't matter. If you're working, it's dignified.
Yeah.
But then you go into another conversation, which is, are you chasing money or are you chasing purpose? Which road are you taking? Because at the end of the day, it's completely true what you say, and which is, you find a way to put enough value, it really takes care of itself.
Yeah.
It really takes care of itself.
Yeah. It's the cycle of abundance. I've seen it equated to a like an electrical circuit. Like, you know, if you think of it like a battery, right? There's a positive charge and a negative return.
Sure.
Right? It has to be open at
Sure.
open at one end of the circuit and charging at
Absolutely.
the other in order for it to flow.
Absolutely.
But many of us, me included, have gone through phases or are living in a place where you might have positive charge, right? You might be going forward, but you've got this positive sort of receptor as well, which means you're blocking it. And the example of that I always use is like somebody wants to take you to dinner and wants to pay for that dinner. Like, oh, let me get the check. And you're the one like, no. I got the check. Let's split the check, right? Like, no, be open to receiving that somebody wanted to do this for you, right? That's that. And then you can have it the other way. People that they don't do anything. They take no action. And they're wide open as far as like their receptor is wide open. They're willing to receive, but they're not willing to put any action in, right? Obviously that charge won't flow, you know, and so on. So there's only one way to get abundance. It's like a battery or an electrical circuit. You have to have a
love
charge,
that metaphor.
right? And then you have
love
to
it.
open receptor. You have to be open to receiving. Otherwise, there's no abundance.
Which goes back to the one word, balance.
Balance, yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Too much of this, too much of that, too
I love
little of that. Absolutely. That's another thing too, that like not creating the lack of discipline does, which is a huge fall of the balance scale on always receiving.
Yes.
Because there's, which, you know, like there's no inhibitor in your mind like, oh, dude, I deserve this. Sure.
Right.
But then in little things like, you know, not calling people back, not texting people, which is something that I'm genuinely trying to get better at.
Same, man.
I'm
bad at it.
This sounds pompous and it sounds definitely arrogant, like, oh, you know, people are reaching out. No, it's just like I'm a guy that, and you've seen it today. How many times have I touched my phone today? Even before when we were doing the tour.
Yeah.
I just, you know, I'm with you.
Yep.
If I'm with whoever, I'm with that person.
Yep.
And now I'm not try to be not constantly enslaved to this thing, but yet again, it comes down, even that thing comes down to balance.
I've got 700 missed texts right now. I'm with you. I struggle with it.
Let's see.
I struggle to try. Where are you? Yeah, how many?
Oh man, it's terrible. Hold on.
That's not all today. I mean, like it's just historic, but like 700 missed texts. Where is it? Down at the bottom.
Down at the bottom.
17? We have
No,
321 missed,
that's what
missed WhatsApps.
Yeah.
No,
Let's
I'm
cut
talking.
that part out. Let's cut that part out. What are we doing?
I'm talking text.
700. How dare you?
WhatsApps are another category. Standard iMessage.
Yeah,
WhatsApp's
I
probably
don't
another
use
200.
iMessage
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
I simply,
WhatsApp makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. It's there's an absolute. I'm gonna go to the bathroom one sec. Do you there is a. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
I was like, oh, okay, that's a left turn.
Hey, cheers.
We're gonna take a bathroom break. We'll be right back.
There's a very true saying, which is, I wish you were as right as you are passionate. Sometimes people will blindly defend an ideology just to be right.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day,
100%
what is
agree
being
with that.
right or being wrong if you're not growing?
Yeah.
So I do tend to shy away from.
I get it.
Yeah.
That's a U.S. My God, the U.S. that divisiveness on
But I would love to hear your perspective.
on Trump. I think there's some great things he's doing, and I think he's a psycho in other areas, right? Like I just think, here's my honest. Like this is just Trump and everything, right? Like I don't understand right now how the Democratic Party and the leadership in the Democratic Party isn't just saying, okay, here's what we need to do. Let's explain what we would do differently. Let's do that passionately. Let's oppose what we think needs to be opposed. But let's acknowledge that more people voted for this guy than ours, right? And like the big beautiful bill or whatever, like they're gonna filibuster and impeach. It's like it's his entire agenda. Whether you agree with it or not, I'm not even saying I don't even know what's in it. But his entire agenda is in that bill, and the dude won office 6 months ago. You gotta let it go. It's the same thing when Obama was elected and people were fighting him on Obamacare. It's like he ran on this shit. Let it go. You gotta let it go through. I mean, I shouldn't say let it go through. Fight passionately. If you get the votes, God bless you. But if you don't, that's their agenda. And if it's good, it's bad. It's gonna be in the eye of the beholder. So I think Trump. I have more moral issues with Trump than I do policy issues with Trump. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think he's a guy I would want to be, but less wars, if truly less wars, more money in Americans' pockets, less government oversight, less government spending or wasteful spending are like what he's doing. Why wouldn't you want that? And the other part, this is just in general, like it kills me when one side or the other goes against the other person regardless, even if it means the country wins. That blows my fucking mind. Like, wait a minute. If Trump gets the tariff thing, if he wins this tariff war, right? If he China is now paying something to us that they weren't before, and Europe is now paying something to us that they weren't before, and inflation is 2.5%, 3%, not 10 like people are saying it's going to be, and that's a good thing for America. There's more income. Like, who cares who did it? If Biden did it, I'd be like, man, fucking good for him. So I don't ever align, like you said. I don't look at like this person is the greatest. Like my parents are like full on Trumpers, right? And it's like, okay, that's great. I mean, but he's a guy. He's not a deity. He's not something that you follow. But I think most of his policies so far probably align with the way I see the world.
Yeah.
But who he is, grabbed by the pussy. I've never, like people say that's locker room jargon. Like, I'll be honest, I've never said that shit. I've never said that. Like, I get locker room stuff can be kind of funny, but like,
He
not
said
that.
the exact same thing backstage, right before we were filming.
I said, Daniel, so how do you grab? No.
Yeah.
It's a good segue.
That's funny.
That's my take. Did you capture all that? Do we have all
That's
that?
hilarious.
All right, good. So there we go.
This can be off camera, but you can. What do you think? What do you think of the invasion of Iran? I'm sorry. Iran.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I didn't think it was a good idea, and in hindsight, I'm like, I guess it worked. You know what I mean? Like if you asked me the day before, do you think we should bomb Iran? I would have been like, no, that's insane. You don't want to start a war with this country. I mean, they are, whatever. And then they could, the oil, I forget the Strait, whatever the hell it's called. They could cut that off.
Yeah.
But then he did it. And it's like, they literally the next day like called and said, okay, we're going to bomb you, US, this base, this time, this many bombs, but like kind of off to the side. We're not gonna actually hit it. I was like, shit, man.
Yeah.
That's a win.
Yeah.
Like to stop them or to stunt their growth as a nuclear power. Like, I don't know of any liberal or Democrat that says, oh, if Iran has a nuclear weapon, that's okay. No one says that. So if it actually worked, cool. But if you asked me if it should have happened before, I would have said no. That's a bad idea. So I hope that makes sense. Like I think the point in answering it that way, because some people are going to be like, Trumper or not Trumper, right? Like that's what they want to know, is, and I've learned this honestly, moving here and then looking back up into the United States and seeing like, it's not like we disagree on this issue. It's you're a bad person or you're a good person. If you agree with everything I agree with, or if you're a bad person if you disagree.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, you can have your opinion on whatever it is. You could admit something was good or it wasn't good or it worked or it didn't work, and you can simply lean on the policy without tying it to the person. Does that make sense? Like, because Trump did it, it was bad. Had Biden did it, those same people that said it was bad would probably say it was good. And that blows my mind. You know?
Yeah.
I think there's some things Biden did that were positive. I think he did more negative. I don't think he was a good president. That's just me. I think Obama did a lot of good things, some bad things he did as well. I think Trump has done way more good than he gets credit for. But he's an asshole. So, you know, he gets the ire of people, especially on the left, which I think is a little bit of like his smoke bomb mentality. Like, let me give him something to freak out over so I can go over here and do some stuff. It's just like, it's almost like they're too easy to manipulate, those people, those simple people who just hate Trump no matter what he does. But that's my take. How many of these you got to get in me before I do I go full like? I won't even ask because I know this isn't you don't want to get into this, but that's my take. That's grubbing with Gruber. Get a few tequilas in me, and you learn all of what I believe. Yeah. But people do, man. You've seen I've had posts on videos. You probably had this like, I'm sick of your MAGA shit, and then the next one is like, you liberal lefty, and I'm like, you can't pin me down because I can't be pinned down. I'll admit I'm more conservative values.
Yeah.
If that aligns with one party or the other, and that's fine. I don't know what that is, but I am more conservative values. I believe in smaller government. I believe in people making their own way. I believe that anybody can. I don't care what race, creed, gender, whatever, anybody can. I do think that in life there's an escalator. Some of us are born closer to the top than the others.
What's the top for you?
Oh, whatever that is. Self-actualization.
What is it for you?
Well, that's a deep question. If I can be in a place where I can create something that makes other people's lives better, and I'm doing that. I truly believe I'm doing that. As goofy as it is to be a YouTuber at 46, I truly believe I'm doing that. That's it.
Billionaires on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah, true. I don't desire to be a billionaire per se. Like if it happens, okay, but it's not my motivation. Money's not my motivation. Money just happens as a result of, I think, what we talked about, like adding value. But for me, if it's like this, like my dad, my father, when we lived in Massachusetts, he built a 20 by 20 deck on the back of our house, right? Like he can see what needs to happen in that kind of thing and then physically manifest it. Like I don't have that skill. So for me, when I'm able to say, I got this idea like this, and I can get a guy to put up a few cameras, I can contact somebody, I can get a restaurant, and I can do this thing that I think adds value, again, to the restaurant, to the country, to the individual, to me, to everybody involved. Like that's my building a deck. That's the thing I put out into the world from my own like thought in my brain. So as long as I'm in that space, that's it. So I feel like truly I'm living in, as much as anybody can, self-actualization at the moment. And you? Thank you.
Very much aligned with that.
Yeah?
Very much aligned. Yeah, man. I think it comes down to the moment. You know, there's a lot of external circumstances that you could define as the top.
Yeah.
But success, I think this is a Tony Robbins quote, but success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure.
Yeah, that's true. I felt that. I had tons of success in my corporate career.
Yeah.
But I was depressed.
Yeah.
Literally. Like depressed, not in a good place.
Yeah.
Have you ever doubted your path?
Yeah.
When?
Oh my God.
Like what? What would make you doubt it?
Man. It's Yeah. You know, honestly, quite at the peak of it. I would 20. Not peak. It's just.
I was gonna say, define the peak, please.
Yeah. I started. Yeah, man, making money, and pretty great money early on, and it gets to a. You know, I might be the only. I think we spoke about this previously, but I might be the only person in YouTube's history where I reached 1 million subscribers and completely disappeared. No thank you video. I deleted Instagram, deleted Twitter permanently. Twitter's a joy of a place.
I don't have it. I mean, I have it, but I don't look at it. I think I have somebody post on it every day for me. That's it.
But yeah, man, there's right at that time the plan was, you know, travel the world, find Daniel away from, you know, any sort of work related thing, and I ended up meeting a girl, falling in love, and that led to another thing. But have I ever doubted my path? Yeah, man. There's been seasons that are necessary. By the way, the only way we can appreciate this, literally seeing your face, is because there's light here. Right?
Yeah.
But the only way you can truly appreciate it is if the lights were completely shut off. Darkness inevitably begets the perspective and the appreciation for lights. And that vice versa, that yin yang is true across the board. And so I think it was necessary for me for growth to be there's a in DiCaprio's, I should say Lerman's Gatsby, there's a line where he goes, no, Daisy, my life has to go like this. And that stuck with me. I was living ironically in Paris at the time when I saw the movie, and I was so enamored by that, being, you know, 19 years old basically, where I was like, yes, point A, point B.
Yeah. To the moon.
Boom. You
Yeah.
know? And what a perfect.
These are staying.
We're not sharing this.
This is such a fantastic concept, I must say, because it goes from like deep conversation into like here we are.
I gotta hear more about Paris though, so keep going.
Okay.
Let's hear.
Ok, vamos a terminar la experiencia con los postres. Tenemos dos postres, un mil hojas toscano. Hacemos una mezcla, una mascarpone con vainilla orgánica. Y la terminamos con frutos rojos y esa masa crocante, ligeramente dulce arriba. ¿Sí? Y por un lado, la torta de chocolate con yanduya, básicamente es como una mezcla de chocolate y macadamia. ¿Sí? Una crema batida con un poco más de macadamias y obviamente chocolate orgánico de muy buena calidad. Sí.
Wow.
Muy buen provecho.
Oye, ¿nos vas a acompañar otra vez o no?
Claro que sí, cuando ustedes quieran.
Claro que, no, pero, o sea, ¿vas a traer otra cosa o no?
No, ya con esto.
Ya con esto.
sería lo
Let's give it up for this guy.
Gracias.
Gracias. La verdad, un placer tenerlos aquí.
Igualmente, hermano.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Sí. Ay, Dios mío, gracias.
Permiso, que sigan disfrutando.
Gracias.
Bye.
Muchas gracias.
Siempre.
Wow.
Please, after you.
All right.
well, I guess we'll
I'll
go
do this
for
one
the
for you.
area.
There we go. We'll do that.
Oh my lord. Man.
You guys look like kids.
Yeah.
Dude,
Look at your faces.
dude, tell me about it.
Look.
Just wait, hear this. I hope you could hear this crunch.
The crunch.
Like,
I just heard it. You have to be able to hear that.
it's phenomenal. Man, it's crazy how that which is terrible for us, like sugar, is so unbelievably
It's my Achilles heel,
seductive,
man.
huh?
And it's once you get in your 40s, you'll see it. It's harder and harder to just like burn it off after you have it. It sucks because I feel 22 here, then your body reminds you after eating this that you're 46. Wow. I remember the courses that we had here.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Wow. All right, let me try this out.
All right. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers to you. Let's get this over here. Wow. This is going to be really hard to rate at the end. Like which one of these courses is my absolute favorite?
Oh, I thought you meant the restaurant was like 11. Duh.
No, the
What are we
restaurant.
doing?
The restaurant, just come. Just come.
Yeah,
I mean,
come,
there's
for
no
sure.
reason not to come here. This
Yeah,
is
no, it's great.
amazing.
That's great. If you do end up going with my parents, you'll try the one by the beach there. The scenery is unbelievable.
Up there?
It's a different vibe. This is very upscale,
Yeah, there's
highbrow
right.
a little bit.
Yep.
That is much more just relaxed, unbelievable food.
I'll bet.
You'll love it.
I love it. I hope I can make. I gotta see. I'm trying to think. I don't think we have anything going on this weekend. Excellent.
Wait, we're getting one more dessert actually.
We are.
100%. My favorite. You have to try.
It's coming.
I'm gonna ask for it.
Oh, okay.
For
All right.
sure. ¿Nos puedes traer, por favor, también la galleta de pistacho?
Oh,
Muchísimas gracias. Y con un ladito de helado de pistacho.
ay Dios mío.
Gracias.
All right.
This is my favorite.
See, I told you I know food, man. I can understand every aspect of when you speak food. If people spoke food to me, it'd be like porn. I just feel like, say it again. Say it again.
That's hilarious. Oh yeah, but no, to get back to the point, to finish it out, those steps of self-doubt, I think, are necessary in order to be able to appreciate what it is that you're doing.
Yes.
You know? They're completely necessary and they're normal too, and it's part of it. You know, it can't be this all the time because then this has no meaning.
Yeah.
This too shall pass, right? And the highs and the lows, know that it's
empowering to surrender to that, right?
It is empowering to
like to know that, like,
to know,
in your lowest low,
yeah,
there's a high coming, right?
100%.
Like, you know,
there's someone said, I don't remember who it was, but I think I might have seen it online, or a friend of mine, and he was like, whenever there's
there you go.
Yeah.
Jay.
That is Jay. There's a thing that was like, man, I think the guy was bipolar, but he was saying, I wish my highs weren't so high and my lows weren't so low. I wish I could just be neutral. And if you get neutral in the hospital, you're dead. Mm-hmm. You know, you need the heartbeat.
That's right. That's
you need the heartbeat because that's life.
Yeah.
You know, and it's very true. It's very, very true.
Yeah, that's a great
But
point.
just having the understanding that it's like, you know, you said something recently with the tag situation, like, I'm not enough. Ironically, printed in the thing is another reminder, like, you are enough regardless of the situation, regardless of the circumstance. You, just by being, the fact that you're saying you means you are, and just by being, you are enough. That's it.
It's true.
It's like take it easy.
It's like a one
and no big stuff. It's all small stuff, you know.
Yeah. I think it's like a 1 in 400 trillion chance that you're alive. I've heard that stat. Like, that's kind of weirdly, like, how many
billions?
How many sperm don't fertilize an egg, right? Like, you're literally like 1 in 400 trillion to be here, you know? Yeah. It's kind of creepy when you think about how much my dad.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll move on from that one.
How much my dad flushed.
That's gross. Like a picture of right now. He's a Long Island guy, so he's got that, you know, that's what
How much your dad just... Oh, man. Cheers, guys.
Yes.
Cheers. There we go. That's funny.
All right, I want to pivot a little bit here.
Let's pivot a little bit here.
We're gonna put this up on video so you can see it. There was a moment, you've had many celebrity encounters. Mm-hmm. There was a moment with one celebrity where I swear to God, at the end of this, you can see it in this video right here. Mm-hmm. She's looking at you like she wanted to take you home.
Okay.
Tell me more about Margot Robbie. I love making magicians blush. This is my first time ever doing it, so I know now that I love it. It's the first time, but this is amazing.
Weird comment.
All right. Here's the scene. He's doing magic. He bends one of her quarters or whatever it might be, right in front of her, and she's telling him how handsome he is. This is where I said before about I'm going to bring the handsome back. It wasn't about plastic surgery. You went in a weird place there. But,
now I'm the weird one.
You're the weird one.
No,
that's called deflecting.
Yeah.
So Margot Robbie said
funny.
this, and then at the end of it, I don't know if you edited it, somebody edited it so that it zoomed in a little bit on her looking at you almost like, ooh, I like this guy. Tell me more about Margot Robbie.
Man, I think she's an unbelievable producer. I think, honestly, her acting ability is on par, or if not, her producing ability is just...
Okay, that's all great. I mean, did you have a shot? Did you have a shot that you passed up on that night?
I'll tell you this.
I don't care that she's married.
I'll tell you this. There's a story there. There's a story there. There really is.
Well, we can't tell
It's not my story to tell.
Oh, God.
It's not my story to tell. You know, I'll tell you this. That video was the second time we met.
Okay.
And Yeah, I can't.
That's fine.
I can't.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm trying to think if I can swerve around.
Can we off
swerve
camera?
around
Do
it.
I get the story?
Huh?
Do I get the camera off camera?
Sure.
All right, I will never share.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
There we go.
What about? Tell me about.
I'm sorry, I killed your question.
No,
dude.
no,
Yeah,
it was the right answer. Another
No,
one that you
but
had.
I will say this, dude. Like, what a magnetic human being.
Yeah.
Right? She is a person that has really mastered the craft of magnetism.
Yeah.
There's a. I wrote a book. It's unpublished. It's called The
I was
Principles
gonna say,
of Persuasion.
I did the research. I didn't see a book.
Well, you know, we talked about the mastermind.
Yeah.
In Tahoe, and
Yeah.
inevitably the one I did here in Capcana, it's it's unpublished because when the guys come, it's a thing that I teach,
Oh, amazing.
and it's really it's a wonderful thing. But there's a chapter in it all about magnetism, and she is a human being that has absolutely mastered that art. And dude, I mean, what a phenom of a producer, actress, just artist really in general. And I will say that her and her husband Tom have achieved nothing short of something unbelievably remarkable with all her films, really.
All right, one more you had a shot with, and I think you let it pass by.
Oh Lord.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Oh no, we closed the deal, baby. What are we doing here? No. Jamie, have you seen his special on Netflix?
No.
It was after his accident.
No,
I
no,
don't remember
no.
what it's called exactly.
That's
but
fairly recent, last year or so?
fairly recent,
Yeah.
exactly. What an unbelievable artist. I mean, he is an impressionist. He's an actor, producer.
Yeah.
Ray is one of my favorite movies
I haven't
of all
seen
time.
it, but I love Jamie
Haven't seen
Foxx.
Ray?
No, I know.
Ray, dude, Jamie Foxx.
If only they had it on a platform where I could just watch it sometime, you know?
I think it's on Netflix. I think it might be. Yeah, exactly. Duh.
If only that existed.
What an idiot.
He's a magician.
Oh, this is my favorite dessert.
Oh, this is it?
Gracias.
Aquí
Gracias.
tenemos su orden. Aquí tenemos una galleta rellena del famoso chocolate de Dubái,
Sí.
que está muy de moda, y el helado de pistacho.
Gracias. Try this. You have to try it with, inevitably, the ice cream and the cookie.
All right.
Have a ball, my friend.
I'm going to try right down through.
Yeah, man. But Jamie, I think that was we shot a video together at the. This was a while back.
Called
man.
you a
This was
sorcerer.
Yeah. This was at the Baby Driver, I think it was, at some premiere in LA a few years back. And yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's a mouthful.
If you want to use that to cut it, you can.
Here. Yeah, we'll put this here. What an unbelievably nice guy whose work on and off screen is just unbelievable. Yeah.
Holy crap, man.
Yeah, dude, I know.
I'm not even like a huge pistachio guy.
Hey.
That is good.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm sorry, I interrupted your Jamie Foxx. You were sleeping with Jamie Foxx thing.
Exactly. That's pretty much it. That's the headline. Magician sleeps with Jamie Foxx.
All right, one more.
Too close to comfort with the whole Diddy
Okay.
situation, huh?
True.
The whole Diddy.
Yes.
Oh my God.
All right, one more you had a shot with. I truly believe. I could see
Had
the
a
look.
shot with.
I could see the look in her eye.
Yeah.
Ellen.
Ellen, dude. Yeah. What is the question exactly?
That's it. No, but so you've been. Like when I look at your back library, it's good, right? It's so good.
I'm telling you, man. I'm not gonna share this one too much. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm having another piece.
No.
Yeah, please. No, you first. No, I look at your back library of content.
So good.
I mean, there's some significant. That's all in the eye of the beholder. We'll say some prominent, well-known names in there
Sure.
that from Margot Robbie to Jamie Foxx. You've been on Ellen. Oh, you've been on Ellen. There's Jack Black. You did some stuff with Meryl Streep. Speaks very highly of you, right? Like you've got this ongoing list of people. For you, is that validation of your talent?
If it brings work, it's validation.
That's it.
Sure.
Period. How does it bring work? What is the work? So how does it? You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
probably the reason we're sitting here today, if I'm honest.
What do you mean by that?
Right now that I started taking old clips from my career and repurposing them in vertical format for the first time and sharing them on Instagram, I'm sure is the way you came across the content, right?
I think
or was
so.
it YouTube? No, I'm sure. No,
I think I've seen you well before. I think I've seen you on some of these programs in the past. But like when you came back up, it was Instagram, yes.
Sure.
But I was like, oh, this guy.
So yeah, man.
Does that make sense? So
You
it was
know,
like
yeah.
it was like, wow, this guy. Wait, and this guy lives here. Like that's just weird. I got to reach out.
I love what you said about Trump, that you can't idolize anyone, right?
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, everyone's flawed, everyone's human.
100%.
And at the end of the day, man, we're all. I know.
No,
I
that's
know.
wrong. This chef, whoever this is,
I know.
not flawed.
Not flawed. Yeah. Cheers to that.
Nor,
Cheers.
nor are they human. They must not be.
I agree, man. I agree.
It's like AI food. Holy
it
cow.
really is, man. It's fantastic.
It's incredible.
Oh,
All right, Jay. I'll share this rest with you here. Or do you want
Yeah.
more?
try it.
It's all you, buddy. I know you're driving and getting in shape, but that's gonna be worth it the next day at the gym. But continue. They're not. Nobody's to be idolized. Nobody is. Everybody's human.
There's 100%, right? But there is certainly an interest that people have with artists or politicians or people that are well known simply because they see them on a screen or on a big screen or wherever it is, and or they read their books and they develop a connection with them. That's normal. For me, I knew that that's where I wanted to be as soon as I landed in LA.
Yeah.
There was a time that George Clooney came to Houston. He was doing this talk, and I remember purchasing like a nosebleed seat, like a $25 seat. I ended up sneaking my way into the green room. I carried a little suitcase. That's a whole story, man. I'm telling you, any Bond movie falls short. And just things like changing the power dynamic. I remember needing to know where the green room was because I'd overheard someone talking about the green room. And as soon as these guys that were working the event came into the elevator, I thanked them for their work. I was like, guys, thank you so much for helping us out today. I know it's been a hectic day. Hey, I'm a little lost. Could you lead me to the green room? And, yeah. You have this certainty, this assurance that you're portraying, and
Act as if.
yeah.
Yeah.
And well, I ended up in the dressing room with Clooney after the show, and he ended up giving me some really encouraging words of advice. And I was maybe 17, 18 at the time, right before I moved to LA. And man, I repeated that process a lengthy amount of time for like 2-3 years or so. I remember going to school at the Academy of Dramatic Arts, and then at night I would be crashing whatever event, whatever premiere, whatever awards show, and it ranged from like, I'm talking about like the biggest of the big, like Golden Globes or VMAs or whatever it was, and that achieved two things. First, it allowed me to meet people, right, and sort of start building this repertoire of showing my magic and getting it out there, right? Secondly, it made it real in my mind. Oh, there's no difference from myself and this person.
Yeah.
There's no difference between it. The difference is inevitably the discipline, the work, the getting, the projects. But it made it real. It made it a tangible thing. And I think third and foremost, thirdly, it was it kind of made me realize there's no rules to this. You want to go somewhere, go. I saw a Tarantino clip this morning where he was like, if I want to tell this story, I don't, and it's a little arrogant, sure, but if I want to tell a story, I don't seek permission. It is my God-given right to tell the story, so I'm going to take it. You know how he gets all crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a little arrogant, sure, but he has this assurance that where he's going, it's where he's going, period. He's not asking anybody for permission. That's kind of the way I've always operated, which yet again is a double-edged sword. It has huge benefits. It can also close quite a bit of doors. And so why was it important to me was the question. It's not that it's important to me, it's that it's important to other people. And so in order for me to work, I needed to have that, validation from certain people. And it's also interesting, man. It's interesting. Like, we work in such a cool industry and such a cool job. Like, you get to interview these fascinating peoples. Yeah, it is. It's a good word. Salud. These fascinating people across the country and across the globe, right? And with myself, it's very similar in the sense that, I'll get called up to do whatever event and get to meet just people who are at the top of their craft. So away from any aspect of fame or away from any aspect of money or anything like that. It's you. I have the privilege and the pleasure to meet people who are meticulous, obsessive, and talented and disciplined at what they do. That's a blessing. That's a real blessing.
It is.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said.
I don't know if that answers your question.
It does. Proximity is power. I get it. It's the same reason I pay every year to enter a certain room, to be around certain types of people, because it creates opportunity for me, right? And I get to serve at a really cool level. You're doing that, right? When you get in front of an Ellen or a Margot Robbie or whomever, you have the opportunity to serve, and through that you reap the benefit. You get to work in your craft, in what you do. So I think it comes down to proximity is power. Fair?
There?
Fair? Is that a fair statement?
Sure. But people can sometimes how do you define that form of power?
The way I'm thinking about proximity as power is the people that you're surrounding yourself with are at the top of their craft. It's a very public craft, right? Being an actor or celebrity, so we all see it, right? It's kind of easy to say they're successful because you see it, but these are people that exercise a certain level of discipline to get to a certain level of success and become the top of whatever it is they do. And you are essentially entering that room and being around those types of people, so it allows you to sort of mirror the same. Not fame, but the level of discipline in order to self-actualize and work in the craft that you think you're
You nailed
best
it, man.
in,
At
right?
the end of the day, power is not about. There's this word which I hate, clout.
Yeah.
And power is not even acquisitive power. That's a form of power, sure, but
Sure.
the power that it really resonates with me is precisely that mental power.
Yeah.
Like the ability to really make whatever impossibility seem real to you. You know, that's a really interesting thing.
Truly appreciate you doing this.
Brother, truly appreciate you.
No, it's been amazing. So thanks again.
How long was this run?
Oh God, hour and a
Who
half,
knows?
hour 40,
Hour 30?
Like
Oh, hello.
2 hours and something.
No.
and something.
No.
No,
I don't believe it.
That's not-